Hey guys, it's Advantageous, back for another post-commentary Wi-Fi battle, here for bringing you another Kanto Classic match. So I'll get this started. So, looking at the team, like a few scary things, like the Electrode is, 140 base speed, so it's the fastest Gen 1 Pokemon. It doesn't hit that hard, but it can just be scary to outspeed anything. And then Cloyster, it's always a threat. It does not matter where it is. So on this first turn, Electrode goes for the Swagger, which misses, and I'm like, yeah, that was not the best choice. Not against this guy. So he takes this opportunity to bring in his Cloyster and just try to set up on me and go for the sweep. But probably he didn't realize that I had the Thunder Punch. But unfortunately, like, it doesn't matter that I max attack Adamant. This thing still has a lot of defense. So even when it's -1, I still can't take it down. And then I made a misplay here. I went for the Sucker Punch because I thought he was just going to try and take me out. But he went for the Ice Shard because I would have assumed he wouldn't think that Ice Shard would take me out. So, unfortunately, yeah, I get Ice Sharded twice and that takes me out. So I bring in my Dragonite because I have E-Speed and I know that can take me out. I could have tried to predict a switch here, but there's just no way. Like, I have to take this thing out. So, went for the E-Speed, brings in this Gyarados, and this is, like, holy crap. Look at this. That does nothing. Even this Dragon Claw. Like, look at that. That's a Dragon Claw from a D-Knight, and that did nothing. So, he T-Ways me. Dragonite, it was, it did pretty good in this fight, in this battle. I give him props. He was a little tank. Taking up all the hits. So Gyarados brings in the Iron Hit. It's not doing anything to me, so yeah. So he brings in his Venusaur. I'm just gonna keep E-speeding because I realize he's going for the Paraflinch strategy, but that's not gonna work with me. I'm just gonna outspeed him every time, so I try to get it in. He Leech Seeds me. I do believe I went for the Dragon Claw there, or a little more damage. So Leech Seed is just taking me, so Dragonite is just sitting here. He's paralyzed, he's seated, he's having a bad time. So bring in Snorlax here, because I'm expecting a special move. And then he goes for the Substitute, and I'm like, oh boy, this is where the problems start. So I know a Leech Seed is coming my way, so what do? I'll just switch out to my Magic Guard Alakazam. Can't touch me. So then on this next turn, I'm just going to go for the outright attack because he's going to stay in and eat this Psyshock, which will obviously break the sub. And then there's not much I can do. I know a second one's going to take me out. He's going to hit me with an Energy Ball, but Alakazam is, it's got decent enough special defense that it can take that. The Venusaur is probably not invested. Probably especially defensive. Yeah, this is probably like their core right here. Gyarados Venusaur defensive core. That's not that bad. So I'll go for the. He brings in Gyarados, but Gyarados ain't living 2, and there's no way he's outspeeding me. Probably wanted to bring it in and try and paralyze me, but yeah, it's not gonna work. So he brings in Nidoking, and I actually made the right play here, but he just gets lucky. And lands a Horn Drill. I don't get taken out because I'm subbed, but yeah, unfortunately, on this next turn, yeah, he's going to have the Sucker Punch. So I made the right play. I predicted the Sucker Punch, and it would have worked if he had not landed his Horn Drill. So Nidoking takes me out. So I bring back in Dragonite because I know I've got the EQ. I can take this thing out. It's the only thing I really feel comfortable bringing into it. So he brings in the Cloyster. I'm guessing just sacking it off, or maybe hoping I get parried and he could just Ice Shard me or something, just take me out. So I take that. He brings back in the Venusaur. He goes for, like, he seeded me again, so I'm paralyzed and seeded again. And I get paralyzed here. Pretty sure I went for the D-Claw. So now I'm just getting a little annoyed because I keep getting paralyzed. At least that Cloyster went down. That thing could have swept me. If I got 2 unlucky pairs at that point, that would have just been terrible. So I'm tired of this crap happening to me. I just go for the E-Speed. I'm just trying to get some damage out before I die. Here would have just been perfect if I could have landed a hit, but I get paralyzed. He goes for the substitute, and I'm just like, oh, because I'm pretty sure E-Speed would have brought it down below 25%, and then I could have put up, and then you wouldn't have been able to put up a substitute, and I could have just come in and revenge killed this thing. So, a bit unfortunate with that. So I'm going to come in, I'm going to bring in my Gengar, because I'm pretty sure this Venusaur can't touch me, because if it's Leech Seed, I've seen Leech Seed, Substitute, and Sludge Bomb from it. I don't know if I've seen its last move. So it goes for Seeds again, so it's being an annoying little thing. Unfortunately, I do believe it brings it up. Yeah, so it's got enough health for a Substitute, but it decides to switch out. Goes into Ninetales. And this was actually a pretty good play. He gets unlucky here, but he made a pretty good few plays here. So I go for the Shadow Ball. It does barely. It doesn't do that much to the Ninetales, honestly. I was very surprised. So I get the special defense drop on him, which is like, okay, so I might be able to take him out, but most likely not. And I get a crit. And I'm like, oh, sweet. That definitely mattered. I don't know if Ninetales would have been able to take me out. So anyway, so in comes the Venusaur. And at that point, like, I kind of forgot about Chlorophyll, but I don't think it mattered. Because I think my play is to stay in it either way. So obviously there's no way this Venusaur is going to be able to take these Shadow Balls. So keep breaking the sub. So he's just, unfortunately, he's going to get enough health here, even though Gengar has like no health. He's going to get just enough to put up another sub. So it's just being annoying. I don't know what his strategy was here, because like he can't do any damage, so unless he was just trying to wear me down to the point where he could take me out, because he was still faster than me. But so on this turn he doesn't have enough, so he just goes straight up for the attack, and it doesn't do that much. Gengar's not that bulky, but that's 4 times resisted, so that ain't doing nothing. So I finished off the Venusaur with Shadow Ball. Sunlight goes away, but it makes no difference anymore. Out comes the Nidoking. Here I know the Sucker Punch is coming, so I'm like, I haven't showed off Will-O-Wisp, so you know, I'm just not going to do that. I'm not going to attack. I'm just going to use the Willow, get the Sucker Punch. So he predicts wrong. So now he's burned. Poor guy. So this time I'm still predicting a Sucker Punch. Like, there's not much I can do. So I go out to Clefable, and then he actually pulls out the Taunt, which I hadn't seen yet, and I'm like, oh, well, that kind of shuts down my Clefable. So I was wondering what his last move is. Probably EQ, because he's got Horn Drill, Sucker Punch, Horn Drill, and then I'm guessing EQ. I didn't get to see it, but I was guessing that he didn't have a Poison move, so that's why I brought in Clefable, but I can't do anything to it because it needs to set up. So unfortunately this turn, there's just not much I can do. Like, he's already burned. I could have gone for the Will-O-Wisp, but then I'm playing Mind Games, and it's just, you know, it's no fun. So the only way is if he actually had Earthquake, he probably couldn't touch me. So I should have stalled out for that, now I'm thinking about it. But, you know, that's, you know, hindsight is 20/20. So anyways, I go in the Clefable here. Interestingly enough, like, actually going for 1 Calm Mind makes more sense than going for 2 Stored Powers, because Calm Mind will triple Stored Powers base damage. It goes from 20 to 60, and so that's triple the power. And then I take out the Nidoking, and that's it. And that'll be that. Yeah, I think that was, what, a 3-0? Because I had Dragonite and Snorlax in the back. I mean, Dragonite couldn't do much, but it was there. So, yeah, so I take that match, and, alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!